This video will review 10 questions you may see on the FAA Part 107 Unmanned Aircraft Written Exam. It is required to pass this exam in order to be able to operate a drone or other unmanned aircraft for commercial purposes. The minimum passing score is 70%. Let's jump into the questions. What are characteristics of a moist, unstable air mass? The key word in this question is unstable. Anytime air is unstable, there will be turbulence that is typically accompanied with showery precipitation. B is not correct because smooth air is associated with stable air, not unstable air. C is not a good answer because the air is usually dry if there is haze and smoke. The best answer for question 1 is A. According to CFR Part 107, how may a remote pilot operate an unmanned aircraft in Class C airspace? As you can see from 14 CFR Part 107, which highlights the regulations regarding small, unmanned aircraft operations, no person may operate a small, unmanned aircraft in controlled airspace which includes Classes B, C, D, and within the lateral boundaries of the surface area of Class E airspace unless that person has prior authorization from air traffic control. The correct answer is A. According to Part 107, the remote pilot in command of a small, unmanned aircraft planning to operate within Class C airspace. This question is virtually identical to the previous question. Remember, when flying an unmanned aircraft or drone in Class C airspace, the operator must first receive authorization from ATC. What effect does high-density altitude have on the efficiency of a UA propeller? High-density altitude negatively affects aircraft performance due to the thinner air. For instance, an aircraft's propeller will not be as efficient when flying in a high-altitude area such as the Rocky Mountains as opposed to when flying at sea level. This is because there are less air molecules in each volume of air at higher altitudes. Thus, a drone's propeller efficiency would be decreased when flying at a high-density altitude. The correct answer is B. Refer to the figure on the left. At Coeur D'Alene Airport, which frequency should be used as a Common Traffic Advisory Frequency, CTAF, to monitor airport traffic? The Common Traffic Advisory Frequency, which is abbreviated CTAF, will be shown next to the shaded letter C as shown in the chart. The Common Traffic Advisory Frequency at Coeur D'Alene Airport is 122.8. 135.075 is the AWOS frequency, which stands for Automated Weather Observing System. The correct answer to question 5 is C. Which technique should a remote pilot use to scan for traffic? A remote pilot should. According to Chapter 8 of the Aeronautical Information Manual, effective scanning is accomplished with a series of short, regularly spaced eye movements that bring successive areas of the sky into the central visual field. It is always best practice for remote pilots to scan different segments of the sky with a series of short eye movements. The correct answer is A. If an unmanned airplane weighs 33 pounds, what approximate weight would the airplane structure be required to support during a 30-degree bank turn while maintaining altitude? Refer to the chart on the right, which shows various load factors for each angle of bank. Since the question is asking what weight the aircraft structure would be required to support at a 30-degree angle of bank, just take the corresponding load factor for a 30-degree angle of bank, which is 1.154. To solve this problem, simply multiply the aircraft weight, which is 33, by the load factor of 1.154 to get the answer of 38 pounds. At a 30-degree angle of bank, an unmanned aircraft weighing 33 pounds would be required to support 38 pounds. Notice the exponential load factor growth as the angle of bank is increased. At a 60-degree angle of bank, an aircraft structure would be required to support twice its weight. Refer to the chart on the right. What is the floor of the Savannah Class C airspace at the shelf area, outer circle? This question is straightforward once you know how to read a VFR sectional chart. Notice the numbers that look like a fraction inside the magenta rings of the Savannah Class C airspace. These numbers refer to the ceiling and floor of the Class C airspace in hundreds of feet. To get the exact altitude, just add 2 zeros to the numbers. Thus, the ceiling of the Class C airspace surrounding the Savannah Airport is 4,100 feet above mean sea level, which is abbreviated MSL. The floor of the Class C airspace in the outer ring is 1,300 feet MSL. AGL stands for above ground level and is the actual altitude above the surface. The ceilings and floors of airspace classes are shown in a VFR sectional chart in MSL, which is above mean sea level. The correct answer is B, 1,300 feet MSL. One more key point to remember. Notice the number 41 above the letters SFC. SFC stands for surface, meaning the Class C airspace inside the inner ring is from the surface to 4,100 feet MSL. Remember, pilots must receive authorization from air traffic control prior to operating an unmanned aircraft inside Class C airspace. With ATC authorization, you are operating your small, unmanned aircraft approximately 4 statute miles southeast of Elizabeth City Regional Airport, ECG. What hazard is indicated to be in that area? Elizabeth City Regional Airport is in Class D airspace as noted by the blue dashed circle surrounding the airport. Once you have received ATC clearance, you would be allowed to operate an unmanned aircraft near this airport. Look to the southeast of Elizabeth City Airport and notice the symbol that looks like a star. The box near the bottom of the chart has a caution warning for aircraft saying that there is an unmarked balloon on a cable to 3,008 feet MSL. It would be a prudent move to check the notice to airmen to get more information on the operations in this area. The correct answer is C. You have been hired by a farmer to use your small UA to inspect his crops. The area that you are to survey is in the Devil S Lake West MOA, east of Area 2. How would you find out if the MOA is active? Notice the area to the east of Area 2 on the far right side of the chart. This area surrounded by the red lines is known as an MOA, or Military Operations Area. According to the FAA, a military operations area is airspace established outside of Class A airspace to separate non-hazardous military flight activities from IFR aircraft and to identify for VFR aircraft where these activities are conducted. Military flight training activities such as air combat maneuvers, air intercepts, and low-altitude flight maneuvers are conducted by military aircraft in a military operations area. The best course of action to see if the military operations area is active would be to consult the chart legend. Thank you for watching this video. Please like the video and subscribe for more flight training and aviation-related educational videos.